Scrollo will tell the story of Adam and Eve. I am excited.
In the very beginning, before there were oceans or mountains or stars, there was only God. No sky, no animals, no people, just darkness and the deep. Then God spoke, "Let there be light." A light burst into the emptiness, and darkness pulled back. God separated the light from the dark and called the light day, and the darkness night. That was the first day. Next, God divided the waters. Some he placed above, some below, and the open space between them he called sky. Then God gathered the waters under the sky into one place, and dry ground appeared. He called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters seas. God saw that it was good. God spoke again, and the land began to bloom. Grass covered the fields, flowers opened their colors, and trees of every kind stretched upward. Each plant carried seeds so more life could grow. God saw that it was good. Then God placed lights in the sky, great light to rule the day, a gentler light to rule the night, and countless stars scattered across the heavens. These would mark days, seasons, and years. God saw that it was good. God filled the seas with life. Tiny fish and giant creatures, all swimming and gliding through the water. He filled the sky with birds, small and great, with wings that beat the air and songs that filled the morning. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply." He saw that it was good. Then God spoke to the land. Out came animals of every kind, gentle sheep, strong oxen, leaping deer, roaring lions, tiny insects, and creeping things. The earth was alive with movement and sound. God saw that it was good. But God was not finished. He decided to create someone who could know him, love him, and care for his world. From the dust of the ground, God formed a man. Then he breathed into him the breath of life, and the man became a living being. God called him Adam. God gave Adam a home, a beautiful garden in a place called Eden. Rivers flowed through it, trees grew heavy with fruit, and every path was peaceful. God placed Adam there to tend and care for the garden. God brought the animals to Adam, and Adam gave each one a name. Yet even with all the beauty and all the creatures, something was missing. Adam was alone. God saw that it was not good for the man to be alone. So God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. While he slept, God took one of Adam's ribs and formed a woman, a companion, a partner, someone to stand beside him. Adam called her Eve, the mother of all the living. Adam and Eve lived together in the Garden of Eden. They walked with God, cared for his creation, and enjoyed his presence. In the middle of the garden stood two special trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God gave them a clear command. You may eat from every tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. For a time, everything was peaceful. But one day, the serpent, crafty and deceitful, approached Eve. It questioned God's words and planted doubt in her heart. Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? It asked. Eve explained the command, including God's warning. The serpent whispered, "You will not surely die. If you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful. It seemed wise. It seemed good. Temptation grew stronger than obedience. She took the fruit, ate it, and gave some to Adam, who was with her. He ate it too. In that moment, their understanding changed. They suddenly felt exposed and vulnerable, and shame washed over them. They stitched leaves together to cover themselves and hid among the trees when they heard God walking in the garden. God called out, "Where are you?" Adam answered that he was afraid and hidden. God asked, "Have they eaten from the tree he had forbidden?" Adam blamed Eve. Eve blamed the serpent. Sin had entered the world, disobedience, fear, blame, and shame. God spoke judgment. The serpent would crawl on its belly. Eve would face pain in childbirth. Adam would work the ground with sweat and sorrow until he returned to the dust. They could no longer eat from the tree of life and live forever in their fallen state. God sent Adam and Eve out of the garden. He placed mighty angels and a flaming sword that turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life. Yet even in their failure, God's love did not end. He clothed them. He watched over them. And he began a plan to one day heal what had been broken. The story of Adam and Eve reminds us how disobedience brought sin into the world, but it also reminds us that God's love and mercy reach even into our mistakes. For everyone who turns back to Him, His arms are still open.